If you're a celebrity living in one of Donald Trump's properties, then lucky you, you're qualified to be a good friend of his. That's how it worked for the late king of pop, Michael Jackson. As far as friendships go, you can definitely file Donald Trump and Michael Jackson under U for unexpected or T for totally strange. It's hard to imagine what on earth Trump and Jackson had in common. Still, they make for decidedly bizarre buddies. But what was Donald Trump's unexpected friendship with Michael Jackson really like? Keep watching to find out. Now, let's delve into a curated timeline detailing the unique friendship between Michael Jackson and Donald Trump. If you enjoyed this content, please give us a like and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you have additional information we might have missed. We always appreciate your engagement. On March 3, 1988, in the midst of Michael Jackson's extensive tour for Bad, the highly anticipated successor to his record-shattering album Thriller, he made a stop in New York for a benefit concert. The electrifying performance at Madison Square Garden left thousands in awe, and the New York Times aptly described it as a mammoth pop-soul Halloween party. Among the captivated audience was a 41-year-old Donald Trump. Reflecting on that night in a 2009 interview with Larry King, Trump shared, "I spoke to him for a little while. He was low-key, and I'd think, there's no way this guy is going out to that stage to perform." Little did either of them anticipate that their paths would intertwine in more ways than one, with Jackson possibly unaware that his casual conversation partner would eventually become the President of the United States. In undocumented instances in 1989, details emerge from Ivana Trump's 2017 memoir, Raising Trump, providing a fascinating glimpse into the unconventional interactions between Michael Jackson and the Trump family. At that time, Jackson, then 30 years old, was reportedly a regular participant in supervised playdates with Ivanka, Don Jr., and Eric Trump. While Ivana hints at the possibility of Jackson residing in Trump Tower during this period, concrete evidence to corroborate this detail remains elusive. According to Ivana's account, the playdates were far from ordinary, with Jackson and the Trump children engaging in activities such as watching MTV, playing video games, and, intriguingly, constructing a miniature version of Trump Tower using Lego bricks. The anecdotes from Ivana Trump shed light on the less publicized aspects of Michael Jackson's life and his interactions with notable figures such as the Trump family. On April 6, 1990, the spotlight shifted to Trump's Taj Mahal casino in Atlantic City, transforming it into a glamorous spectacle reminiscent of mid-century Las Vegas. The grand opening on April 2, 1990, was marked by fervent enthusiasm as if Trump had successfully transported the glitzy allure of classic Vegas to the tranquil shores of New Jersey. The excitement reached a crescendo on April 6, when Trump, unveiling his ace in the hole, hosted none other than Michael Jackson for a guided tour of the Taj Mahal premises. This carefully orchestrated event, captured by eager media throngs and enthusiastic fans, evoked a level of frenzy that late lifestyles of the rich and famous host Robin Leach likened to the Beatlemania craze. The atmosphere was so electric that even the renowned Elle Macpherson found herself nearly swept away by the adoring crowds. As part of Jackson's VIP experience, the tour concluded with a meal at a custom Taj restaurant, where the King of Pop found himself flanked by tiny fans. On April 8, 1990, a poignant moment unfolded as Michael Jackson, in the midst of his visit to Trump's Taj Mahal, received the somber news of Ryan White's passing. Ryan, an Indiana teenager who gained national attention due to his battle with the AIDS virus contracted from a blood transfusion, had succumbed to the illness. In a scene that blurred the lines between reality and surrealism, cameras captured Jackson, accompanied by Donald Trump, as they arrived at the White family home to offer condolences. The poignant encounter took an unexpected turn when Jackson climbed into Ryan's Ford Mustang, a gift from the King of Pop himself, with the strains of Bad playing on the stereo. This heart-rending episode underscored the human connection between Jackson and the larger world, showcasing the King of Pop's capacity for empathy and compassion. The Trump spokesperson, responding to queries about their joint appearance, explained that Mr. Jackson had spent the weekend at the Taj Mahal as Mr. Trump's guest, and it was at Michael Jackson's request that Trump had accompanied him to pay respects to the grieving white family. In the winter of 1994, a new chapter unfolded in the intertwined lives of Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley when they embarked on a romantic journey. Their budding relationship, marked by the shared experience of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, provided an intimate backdrop for the development of their connection. As recounted by Donald Trump himself in his book, The Art of the Comeback, the luxurious ambiance of Mar-a-Lago played a significant role in bringing forth the undeniable chemistry between Jackson and Presley. Trump's narrative unfolds the magic that transpired within the estate's confines, stating, "I was there, and the magic of Mar-a-Lago brought it out because after they left, it didn't work so well. I can tell you for at least a period of time, these two folks were really getting it on." On the noteworthy date of May 26, 1994, Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley entered into matrimony, marking a significant moment that reverberated through the realms of music royalty. The union, although initially perceived as a swift and impromptu alliance, carried the weight of public scrutiny amidst the mounting accusations of child molestation against Jackson. The ceremony, which took place against the backdrop of these serious allegations, appeared to serve as a diversion, drawing attention away from the legal challenges Jackson was facing. Despite the public skepticism surrounding the marriage, the couple persisted for less than 2 years, and the subsequent dissolution of their union must have been a poignant blow, particularly for their staunch supporter, Donald Trump. In the aftermath of their nuptials, Trump candidly expressed his belief in the strength of their connection, stating, "Those two really get along great and they're very happy." Adding a touch of exclusivity to the revelation, Trump subtly disclosed that the newlyweds had taken residence at the top of the Trump Tower. This clandestine cohabitation in the iconic skyscraper introduced an intriguing layer to the narrative, as it became apparent that the Trump Tower harbored not only romantic entanglements, but also the enigmatic lives of high-profile figures. On the significant date of June 16, 1995, Michael Jackson unveiled his album, History, a collection that bore a provocative title and arrived amidst the backdrop of the previously mentioned molestation accusations and settlements. This album was more than a musical endeavor. It was a creative expression influenced by the tumultuous events surrounding Jackson's life, including legal challenges and public scrutiny. A notable track from this album, titled Money, emerged as a candid call-out to soul-selling haters and frauds. Intriguingly, fans have engaged in ongoing debates about whether Donald Trump is subtly referenced in the background, just over 3 minutes into the track. The ambiguous nature of this inclusion invites listeners to interpret the lyrics and decide for themselves whether Trump's name is discreetly mentioned in the roll call of figures. It is within this musical context that Jackson's artistic intentions come to the forefront. Preceding the name-checking, a message urging the listener to earn with dignity sets the stage for the subsequent references. While the specific intent behind referencing Trump may be subject to interpretation, the overall theme suggests that Jackson viewed Trump as an exemplar of a particular ethos, one associated with earning and conducting oneself with dignity. Fast forward to December 18, 2003, a pivotal date etched in history when Michael Jackson faced a formal indictment. On this fateful day, almost 20 years ago, Jackson found himself formally charged with 7 counts of child molestation and 2 counts of administering an intoxicating agent. The gravity of these charges cast a shadow over Jackson's public image. and public opinion swayed against him during the subsequent legal proceedings that unfolded. The period between Jackson's indictment and his eventual acquittal in June 2005 was marked by a pervasive presumption of guilt across large sections of public opinion. However, amid the tumultuous legal battles and the unfolding drama, there was one steadfast supporter who never wavered: Donald Trump. The then business magnate turned reality TV star consistently voiced his unwavering support for Jackson. Whether on Larry King's talk show or in various public statements, Trump emphatically declared, "I'm going to stick up for him because nobody else is, and I don't believe it." Trump's support for Jackson wasn't merely verbal. It was accompanied by nostalgic recollections of the times the King of Pop spent in both Trump Tower and at Mar-a-Lago. These reminiscences served to humanize Jackson in the eyes of Trump and further reinforced their unique connection, transcending the boundaries of legal controversies and public perception. In the mid-2000s, the timeline of unexpected encounters and peculiar moments between Donald Trump and Michael Jackson took another intriguing turn. This time, it involves Melania Trump, Donald's third wife, who, having recently married Trump in 2005, found herself in the company of the legendary King of Pop. In a delightful twist of fate, Melania shared her recollections of an encounter with Jackson in a 2016 interview with Du Jour. The setting for this peculiar rendezvous was New York's historic Pierre Hotel, a backdrop that added an extra layer of glamour to the unfolding events. According to Melania, Michael Jackson extended an invitation for her and Donald Trump to join him for dinner, creating an unusual and unexpected social scenario. In a humorous snippet that captured the attention of online audiences, Melania recounted an amusing exchange between her and Michael Jackson during the dinner. As Donald temporarily excused himself to engage with an art dealer, Michael seized the opportunity for a playful suggestion. Melania revealed that Jackson turned to her and said, "Hey, when Trump comes back, let's start kissing, so he will be jealous." The proposal, though lighthearted and filled with humor, added a whimsical touch to the evening. Of course, in the end, there was no actual smooch, as Melania was quick to assure, injecting a note of levity into the situation. Instead, laughter echoed through the room as the trio shared a moment of camaraderie and unexpected connection. Michael Jackson often played with Donald Trump's kids. In a surprising twist related to defending his father from allegations of racism, Donald Trump Jr. delved into his personal experiences with Michael Jackson. In his book, Triggered, Donald Jr. addressed skepticism about his father's character, pointing out instances that seemed contradictory to the accusations. Donald Jr. highlighted the unconventional friendship between his family and Michael Jackson, challenging stereotypes associated with race and social circles. He questioned the seeming inconsistency of accusations against his father, stating, "It sure sounds odd that he'd let his son vacation with a black man or hang out with Michael Jackson, doesn't it?" The anecdote became more intriguing as Donald Jr. shared personal memories of Jackson's interactions with him and his brother. According to him, Jackson frequently engaged in video game sessions with the Trump siblings. In a playful recount, Donald Jr. described a moment when his father noticed Jackson's enthusiasm for playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nintendo with them. The former president, impressed by Jackson's camaraderie with his sons, reportedly allowed him to take the game home, much to Donald Jr.'s playful dismay. "My game," he humorously grumbled. Later on, Trump emphasized his stance, mentioning that his young children frequently spent time with Michael Jackson when the pop icon lived in Trump Tower back in 1994. Trump affirmed, "Michael would spend a lot of time with my kids. He just loved children, and I am certain he was not a child molester. He'd play with my son Eric and my son Donald, and he'd engage with them for extended periods." June 25, 2009, marked the poignant day when the world bid farewell to Michael Jackson, an icon whose influence transcended the realms of music and pop culture. As news of his passing at the tender age of 50 reverberated globally, the ensuing reflections and obituaries navigated a delicate tightrope. They celebrated his unparalleled artistry, delved into the challenges of his childhood, and explored the cocoon of superstardom that enveloped his life. Yet they couldn't sidestep the candid discussions surrounding the controversial allegations that swirled around Jackson, particularly concerning his relationships with young children, a foreshadowing of the intensified scrutiny following the release of Leaving Neverland. Amidst this complex tapestry of emotions, Donald Trump, then at the peak of his popularity with The Apprentice, emerged as a prominent voice available for commentary. Trump, known for his candid and unfiltered remarks, was quick to assert his belief that Jackson was not a molester and emphasized that the late King of Pop simply loved children. However, he did acknowledge the visible decline in Michael's overall condition over the last decade of his life. Although Trump expressed a desire to pay his respects at Jackson's funeral, logistical challenges prevented his attendance. Nevertheless, he was adamant in asserting that he had received numerous invitations and calls, underscoring the significance of their relationship. Above all, in the wake of Michael Jackson's passing, Donald Trump fondly reminisces about the shared moments they experienced, particularly at two notable locations, the Trump Tower in New York and the Mar-a-Lago Resort in Palm Beach. In the aftermath of Michael Jackson's passing, Trump took a moment to reflect on his very good friend in a heartfelt piece he penned for Time. In this tribute, Trump's admiration for the King of Pop was palpable, emphasizing not only Jackson's unparalleled entertainment prowess, but also his exceptional personal qualities. Describing Jackson as an amazing guy, Trump went on to declare him the greatest entertainer he had ever known. The language used by Trump reflected a deep sense of appreciation for Jackson's extraordinary talents and the profound impact he had on the world of entertainment. Beyond the glitz and glamour of the stage, Trump acknowledged Jackson's inherent goodness. According to Trump, Jackson was not only a musical genius, but also a genuinely good person. The piece painted a picture of Jackson as more than just an iconic figure. He was someone with a compassionate and intelligent nature that became evident to those fortunate enough to know him on a personal level. February 19, 2016, marked another chapter in the ongoing discourse surrounding the unique relationship between Michael Jackson and Donald Trump. During a CNN town hall hosted by Anderson Cooper, the then presidential candidate, Trump took a moment to share his thoughts on the late King of Pop. In Trump's candid assessment, he asserted that Michael Jackson had undergone procedures that severely impacted his self-confidence and, subsequently, his talent. Trump contended that the toll on confidence could lead to a decline in artistic abilities. This perspective sparked controversy and fueled discussions about the pressures and challenges faced by celebrities, even those as iconic as Michael Jackson. However, amidst the critique, Donald Trump expressed deep admiration for Michael Jackson, referring to him as a friend. Trump's admiration transcended the controversies and struggles of Jackson's later years. He hailed Jackson as an extraordinary individual, describing him as the greatest entertainer he had ever known, attributing this status to Jackson's magical and genius-like qualities. Acknowledging the complexities of Jackson's final decade, Trump recognized the artist's internal battles and the difficulties he faced. Trump empathized with the embarrassment Jackson felt about his circumstances. Despite these challenges, Trump underscored the enduring legacy of Michael Jackson, emphasizing that he would be remembered for the remarkable achievements of his prime years rather than the struggles of his later life. However, Trump's comments did not go unchallenged. Michael's brother, Jermaine Jackson, expressed his discontent via Twitter, criticizing the notion that friends don't pay tribute by peddling BS theories. This episode added a layer of complexity to the ongoing narrative, bringing forth contrasting perspectives on how Michael Jackson's legacy was being discussed in the political arena. A few years later, Jermaine addressed the question of whether Michael would support President Trump if he were alive today. During an appearance on London-based Heart Radio, Jermaine offered a pointed response, emphasizing that Michael's music contained messages addressing contemporary challenges. In a specific reference to Donald Trump, Jermaine suggested that the then-president should take heed of Michael's iconic song, Man in the Mirror. On August 27, 2017, the legacy of Michael Jackson and his connection to Donald Trump took an unexpected turn when Jackson's daughter, Paris, stepped into the spotlight. It seemed almost poetic that Paris, a key figure in the Jackson family, would have the final word on this unusual friendship. Her proclamation came during the MTV Video Music Awards that summer, a platform where artists often express their views beyond the realm of music. From the stage, Paris declared, "If we were to stand up all united as one, our impact, it would be huge, and that's not fake news." In making this statement, Paris not only emphasized unity, but also subtly waded into the political discourse, employing the term fake news that had gained prominence in the contemporary political landscape. Later that night, Paris took to social media with a tweet aimed directly at Donald Trump. While the specific content of the tweet is now deleted, the public record shows it as a call to action, urging Trump to step up. This moment underscored the intersection of pop culture, politics, and the younger generation's engagement with social issues.